What's going on, guys? Hey, I wanted to come back to it. I wanted to bring you a breaking news story. Back in 2005, a young woman by the name of Natalie Holloway went missing from Aruba. And, it was a pretty big news story at that time. And I think majority of people understood that, there was foul play involved because, again, there was no trace of her. And we all figured that something happened to her, and there was foul play. But nobody really knew anything. It went cold pretty quick. And there were several theories involving this guy. I believe his name was Joran van der Sloot. And there were several theories about this, but about him being involved somehow in her disappearance. But again, things went cold, and there's been no news that I know of for many, many years. Back when this happened, my wife and I just had bought our first house, and I remember that was all over the news. But anyways, Joran, I believe his name is Joran van der Sloot, he confessed. He worked out some kind of deal with prosecutors and investigators. And apparently they had him. Anyways, they had found us up. But he worked out some kind of deal. And he confessed to the murder. And he said he confessed point by point and told what happened to Natalie. And I'm going to put that up for you in a minute so you can hear what he said he did to her. But first, I'm going to bring you a clip from the mother. The mother's talking about this, and then I'm going to bring you a clip with the confession. But guys, watch this.
Well, today, I can tell you with certainty that after 18 years, Natalie's case is solved. As far as I'm concerned, it's over. It's over. Joran van der Sloot is no longer the suspect in my daughter's murder. He is the killer. In the course of his felony prosecution, here for extortion and wire fraud indictment, he gave a proffer in which he finally confessed that he killed Natalie. He described when and how he killed her, and he said that after killing her on the beach in Aruba, he put her into the water, and that was the last that he ever saw her. That was all verified by a comprehensive and conclusive polygraph test. Even with this confession, though, he can't be tried here for Natalie's murder. But I'm satisfied knowing that he did it alone, and he disposed of her alone. I won't give you the details of his brutal confession. Those will be forthcoming when the proffer is made public. You will also have details of the plea agreement which was reached. His sentence of the extortion and the wire fraud will run concurrently with a sentence in Peru for killing Stephanie Flores. And that's fine with me. Thanks to a lot of very smart and dedicated people here, I got the answer I've been searching for the past 18 years. Joran van der Sloot's confession means we have finally reached the end of our never-ending nightmare. And for me, reaching the end of the nightmare, being over, is better than closure. It's been 18 years since Natalie disappeared, and Natalie would be 36 years old today. I still miss her every day. It's been a very long and painful journey, but we finally got the answers we've been searching for all these years. We finally, today, we got justice for Natalie. So thank you all so very much and being supportive of us in our long 18-year journey. Thank you.
We heard Beth Holloway, and we were, and Shanley Painter reported that we were going to get the transcript of that interview, the confession from Joran van der Sloot, and we're just getting it now. The prosecutors have released it. So, because we're just getting it now, we're just going to read it, rather than take the time to put it into a document. So it starts with Joran van der Sloot saying, plus, this is a partial transcript. she asked to go back to her hotel, but I was just trying to get dropped off a little bit further away from her hotel so we could, walk back to her hotel. I might still get a chance to be with her. Okay, that's what I was hoping for. Okay, says the interviewer. So what happens? Vandersloot, and Deepak drops me off at another place and a little right of the Marriott Hotel known as the Fisherman's Huts. This is a place not so far from, the next hotel is the Marriott. The next hotel after that, another one is another Marriott, which is timeshare, and then the Holiday Inn, and we walk along the beach. All right, they get out. Come on now, what happens? Well, they leave, talking about his two friends, Deepak and Satish. They leave until they go back to the room. I assume they go back to the room. And then they get to their car and they leave. And actually, I'm with her, with Natalie, walking along the beach, and I find a space to get to before we get to the Marriott where I lay her down. We lay down together in the sand and we start kissing each other. I start to get her to kiss me again, and we start kissing each other, and I start feeling her up, and she tells me no. She tells me she doesn't want me to feel her up. I insist. I keep feeling her up either way, and she knees me. She ends up kneeing me in the crotch. When she knees me in the crotch, I get up on the beach, and I kick her extremely hard in the face. She's laying there, unconscious, possibly even dead, but definitely unconscious. And I see her right next to, there's a huge cinder block laying on the beach. You say cinder block, says the interviewer. I'm looking at the walls like these. He points to the walls. Exactly the same, says Vandersloot. I see a huge cinder block laying on the beach, and I take this and I smash her head with it completely. Yes, smash her face, basically, until it collapses in. Even though it's dark, I can see her face is collapsed in. Afterwards, I don't exactly know. I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I decide to take her, and I put her into the ocean. So I grab her, pull her, walk her into the ocean, push her off. I wake up, my knees in the ocean. I push her as far as I can, or push her off into the ocean, into the sea. And, then I get out, and I walk home. Wow.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, we brought a copy in, so we're able to see this transcript. Obviously, Beth Holloway was able to hear that, and during her news conference after, she did comment saying that it's shocking to hear the details, but parents have to hear the truth. And then she went on to talk about her daughter, how she was bright, young, dedicated woman, and that she was headed to medical school. And no doubt, did she ever have any doubt that she would complete medical school and go on to be a successful young woman? Michael, what are your thoughts? Ted read you the transcript. What are your thoughts for that?
My heart breaks. When I got married, my wife and I took a vacation to Aruba. Beautiful country, beautiful people. They take a lot of pride in how clean their country is and how low the crime rate is, right? So just imagine these parents, they sent their daughter went to Aruba and then she didn't come back. And now we find out this animal came from another country. And he basically, one of the very few crimes committed that year in that country was committed by him against their daughter. And when Ted read the transcripts, it was chilling. But I mean, it's really sad. So how much of it I believe it because the prosecutors and the detectives and the investigators in our country spent decades extracting that. And this guy told the truth. He made a deal. He told the truth. I would have closure. If I were her parents, I would have some semblance of closure. It's no less sad, though.
Guys, I couldn't quite make out everything he was saying. So I found the confession, and I'm going to put it up on the screen, and I'm going to read it off to you. And, it might be easier to make sense of if you can actually see it. But I found it online now, I'm going to stick it up on the screen. But it's a conversation. It's part of a conversation between a man named Kevin Butler, who was Vandersloot's attorney, and Vandersloot. And he's kind of making the confession here in this portion of it. But guys, watch this. And okay, so Vandersloot says she has to go back to her hotel, but I was trying to get dropped off a little bit further away from her hotel so that we could walk back to her hotel, and now Mike could still get a chance to be with her. And Butler says, okay. And Van Sloot says, that's what I was hoping for. And Butler says, okay, so what happens? And Van Sloot says, yeah, Deepak drops me off. Deepak is a friend of Van Sloot. Drops me off at another place. And this place is a little right of the Marriott Hotel, known as the Fisherman's Huts. This place is not too far. It's not so far from the next hotel is the Marriott. And the next hotel after that is another Marriott, which is a timeshare. And then there's the Holiday Inn. We walk back along the beach, and Butler says, all right, do Deepak and Stanish, who's another friend of Vandersloot, get out, come with. What happens? And he says no. Vandersloot says no. Deepak and Stanish leave. They leave. They go back home to their home. I think he means hotel. I assume they go back to their home. They get out of the car and they leave. I'm actually with Natalie, walking along the beach. I find a space before we get to the hotel, the Marriott Hotel, where I lay her down. We lay down together in the sand and we start kissing each other. I get her to kiss me, and then we start kissing each other, and I start filling her up again and keep filling her up. She tells me that she doesn't want me to fill her up. I insist. I keep filling her up either way. And she needs me. She ends up kneeing me in the crotch. When she knees me in the crotch, I get up on the beach and I kick her extremely hard in the face. Yeah, she's laying down with us, or she is laying down, unconscious, probably even dead, but definitely unconscious. And I see right next to her, there's a huge cinder block lying on the beach. And Butler says, when you say cinder block, I'm looking at the walls of this place. Is it one of those? And Vandersloot says, exact same cinder blocks. I see a huge cinder block lying there on the beach. And I take this. Yeah, I smash her in the head with it completely. And yeah, her face basically, collapses in. Even though it's dark, I can see that her face is collapsed. Afterwards, I don't exactly know what, I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I decide to take her and put her in the ocean. So I grab her and I half pull and half walk her into the ocean. And I push her off. I walk up to about my knees into the ocean, and I push her off into the sea. And after that, I get out. I walk home. Well, guys, man, when I saw this, I wanted to bring it to you. I wanted to report on this, but it was a pretty big deal at the time. I hate that it happened. I do, but at least the family has closure. At least they know what happened to their daughter, their sister, their friend. So at least people know. But anyways, guys, if you would, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Thanks. You son of a